Today, I've got every single fan of the Premier League here in this room to find out who the best player of all time is.
All 20 fans will go behind the number where they think their best player ranks. Once confirmed, I'll jump into the mix and we'll discuss all about it. But as a majority, the fans will vote to lock in each place.
Your question for this one, guys, is rank your team's best ever player in the Premier League era. Okay, looks like in this one, we've got a lot more clunky up here, a lot of gaps in between here. Let's get started with the three that are number 11 and kick things off with Forest, then Fulham, and then Leeds.
To be honest, I was hoping that people would do a little bit more moving around before me because I've got no idea what other people are doing. But probably the best player that Forest have had since the beginning of the Premier League over the time that we had him was Stan Collymore. In 94, 95, scored 22 Premier League goals, and I think when he left us, he went and won the Premier League with Liverpool. But we've been rubbish for the vast majority of the time since the Premier League's been over, other than finishing third in 95 and then getting Europe now. We've done nothing other than go down or just about stay up. So
would you?
I've got no idea what sort of I don't know what other people are going to say
Everyone
about my pick.
Only for us, I can't gauge him on what he was like for you, but for us, he was class.
Well, he was really good for us, but he was in the Premier League with us for one season.
Okay.
And then he left.
Well, if we maybe once we hear everyone else's, we can then move people around because as everyone will then know what the majority is. Fulham, come forward as well, please, Sam forward.
I had a couple we could have picked. I thought about Louis Saha, who was obviously exceptional, but I think I was going to go Moussa Dembele. Now, obviously, people will remember the Spurs.
The greatest midfielder of all time.
I think there's an argument for it, but I think Moussa Dembele was the player's player, right? Every single time you ask a player that played with Moussa Dembele who their favourite player was to play with, they went Moussa Dembele. He was the pick for every single one of them, and you're seeing some big names pick him. And I would say that whilst the Spurs bit of his career was obviously incredibly impressive, he came to Fulham as a centre forward and was converted into a centre midfielder here. So the creation, the kind of facilitation of one of the best midfielders, I think, in the Premier League era at Fulham Football Club.
Okay, and then Leeds. What might be best if I almost kind of go around and get everyone's player? That way we can kind of adjust it, I think, as we go.
I think this always is a bit of a difficult question because you have different eras. So it depends who you've seen. So I've got two players that come to mind immediately. The best player I've ever seen in Leeds United kit is Rafinha. We've seen what he's now doing at Barcelona. But the player that I'm going to go for this is Mark Viduka. Like I say, different eras will tell you Mark Viduka is one of the best players that has ever played at Leeds United. He probably is that. The Duke up top, I'd kill for him now in our team. You mentioned Stan Collymore. I think that Mark Viduka is better than Stan Collymore, I will say that. So, yes, it's a difficult one because, like I say, different eras, different names. Rafinha, for me, is the best player I've ever seen. He was unbelievable, but I'm going to go with Mark Viduka.
Okay. Brighton, we'll grab yours.
I'm stuck between three, if I'm honest. In terms of ability, I don't think anyone comes close to Moises Caicedo. And then there's also Pascal Gross, who...
He's a Brighton legend.
Yeah, and also is one of the most criminally underrated players in the history of the Premier League. I will stand by that. I'm Alexis McAllister as well, and I'm not sure who to choose out of them.
I
three.
need you to pick a name. Unfortunately,
you have to come back to me.
Okay, we'll go to Sunderland.
Right, I think it will be really easy for me to just sit and say Kevin Phillips, but the only thing I'll be able to say is about that European Golden Boot. That was slightly before my time, so I'm not going to pick him. I'm going to say Jermaine Defoe. I mean, first of all, he's 10th highest goal scorer in Premier League history, something like that. So you've got to take that into account. And I think as well, he gets extra credit because it takes a special kind of player to come back from MLS and look like he never left the Premier League. Some of the individual moments he produced, and he single-handedly helped keep us up on multiple occasions. He scored a great volley one time. Lewis, can you remember who that was against? Oh, sorry. No, it was the Mags on it. Sorry. Yeah, and he's just so good. He's by far the best striker we've had in recent years, and compared to some of the absolute horror players we've had, I think he's got to be the only shout.
We nearly had Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
We nearly had everybody, apparently.
Something. Okay. Very nice. We'll then shift up a little bit up here. Villa.
Yes, right. So I'm going to give a mention to Paul McGrath, but he was before my time. But he's one of only 3 defenders to win PFA Player of the Year with Terry and Van Dijk. He's got a flag in the whole tent that says God. He must have been doing something all right, but he was a little bit before my time. So I'm going to go for Christian Benteke. 100 games for the Villa. Hey, mate.
Over Jack Grealish?
Mate, hey, for 3 years, he played 100 games for us. He scored 50 goals. He was unplayable. Like, we went to Anfield, he bagged a brace, got an assist. He was people bouncing off him, scored a brace on his debut. He was 21, 22 when we signed him. As an out-and-out striker, he's the best I've seen in Claret and Blue. And that was in the Premier League. And with my own eyes, I've got to go off what I watched growing up.
Okay.
Grealish, obviously, he got 100 million for us. He was unbelievable for us. He dragged us out of a relegation battle on multiple seasons. But like just with the eye test as well, what I saw as a young raw talent, I'm going to go Benteke.
I think Benteke is an awful shout.
But Ollie will have a different probably opinion of a
Benteke.
different Benteke.
Yeah.
But,
very true.
And the Liverpool fans will have a different opinion on Benteke. A failed season there, but for us.
But for you, and that's what this is about as well. We need to like, okay, you can mention that like Defoe, for instance, had a very good time at Spurs as well. But it is about your connection to that player as well. I think it's absolutely fine. Palace.
Shout out Elise, who obviously his last season at Palace, he was one of the best players in the Premier League output-wise, genuinely, and he's gone on to do amazing things at Bayern, but it's got to be Wilfried Zaha. Like, obviously his output was one thing, but if you watched Palace, he was our only attacking threat for like 5 years. Teams were tripling up on him, and he still won us games single-handedly. In 2018, we rejected a bid from Everton. In 2018, for 70 million quid, plus Toston, plus James McCarthy. So that's like what? Total of like 90 odd million quid in 2018 for a Crystal Palace player.
Why did you reject that?
Because he was our entire Premier League status.
Okay.
We would have 100% gone down without him. Like he was a top wing. He was the benchmark for players outside the big six for years and years and years. So I want 7th just based on that purely.
Fair enough. Wolves.
So hear me out, but I'm gonna have to do some serious debating for this one. But let's do it. Ruben Neves. Now you might laugh. If you know football, you won't laugh. Ruben Neves was absolutely incredible. I've never seen a player at the Molineux, opposition teams included, that has that range of passing. The screamers he scored, absolutely unbelievable.
But he was a Champions League player that joined you in the Championship.
So obviously I know it's based off the Premier League, but the goals in the Championship, I've never seen goals like it. Obviously he came in from Porto as captain, and then he stayed at Wolves the whole time, never did anything wrong, never kicked up a fuss, always, 7 out of 10 performances, if not 8. His range of passing, incredible. He was the heart and soul of the team. Obviously, under Neves, we achieved 2 back-to-back 7th-place finishes, Europa League quarter-final, FA Cup semi-final, which we don't talk about. And, I don't really need to say much more, because if you've watched him, you'll know he's world-class. Well, not world-class, but the best class Wolves have ever seen.
I actually think it's a very fair enough shout. Everton, talk to me.
Yeah, so I could have gone with a few different options, really, because we are absolutely way bigger than... I was going to say massive. Maybe not. We are quite big. I could have had Rooney. Early Rooney was special. He was absolutely special. He ain't seen a 16-year-old as good in the Prem since that. Could have gone James Rodriguez. Fleeting. Unreal for us. Nah, he was... I didn't say I have
to. He was very good. He was very good for that season, yeah.
Yeah, I said fleeting. But...
And who else was in that front three? The Kazoo title race or something? Richarlison, wasn't it? Yeah, Richarlison, that's it.
Anyway, Kazoo title race aside, what I've gone for is someone who'd be worth so much money now, Leighton Baines. He would be worth 70 mil now. He'd be worth 70 million.
If Hank Norrie went for 35, I don't think he would.
No, he was one of the best. He was arguably, at times he was the best left back in the league. Yeah. He was the best left back. He was incredible. Yeah. I think it's a good shout. Lukaku?
Yeah, Lukaku, but Baines better for longer. Baines was like...
Baines is England's left back for a long time. I think it's an absolutely fair enough suggestion. I think it's a fantastic suggestion.
Could deliver good free kicks, could strike a ball better than
Baines at his peak was unbelievable. Maybe the best left back in the league. Ashton Cole was there as well, so interesting. If you guys are enjoying this video, then you know what to do. Do me a massive favour and subscribe to the channel down below. It shows me that you're loving everything we're doing and to keep it going. Like the video whilst you're down there as well, and leave a comment. West Ham.
Sure, yeah, a couple of ways I could have gone with this. Similar, like before my time, Di Canio. Much more recently, could have gone Rice, but I've got to go Payet. Just
West Ham fans love Dimitri Payet. I get why.
Just in person, the best player I've ever seen play for us. His Rabona assist for Antonio at the back post, just some of the things he did with the ball. We play really boring football. They say the West Ham way, it's not really, doesn't mean anything. But when he came, it was genuine like joy to watch us play.
It's a shame that he got homesick, basically, isn't it? Because that was half the reason he wanted to return back to France.
Yeah, it'll be a kind of what if. People called him a streets won't forget. I think that's so harsh. He's so much better than that. better than Ben Arthur, better than Tarap.
Yeah,
Like, he
yeah.
clears those guys.
No, I would agree. I do agree. Manchester City then, the best player in your Premier League era?
I put myself at 5th, but I think I could go higher.
I think if you're going to say the player that we think you do, there's a very good chance.
There's Ballon d'Or winner, there's Aguero, there's Joe Hart. I've gone for King Kev, KDB. I think he's one of the best midfielders of all time. He's been at City, he won us the 4-peat, Centurions, domestic quadruple, treble. He's transformed the team, not just him, but a big part of it. And well, he's our king. I think he's
I think you don't have to say too much when you just say Kevin De Bruyne, to be honest. I think everyone kind of realises. I think there's a good chance you may go further up. Newcastle.
Yeah, best striker in Premier League history. Amayobi, no, Shearer. I mean, what is the one goal for every striker? Score goals. He's done it better than any Premier League player in history. I mean, and even, I was saying before, even at Euro 96, like the influx of English strikers we had for that tournament, like you had the Les Ferdinand, Lineker, Andy Cole, I don't know, there was more, I'm forgetting, but Shearer was the man, and he was the one who was chosen above all them. He got the Golden Boot, and at Newcastle, you can argue about trophies or whatever, but the one thing that'll make legacy, you know, Aguero's won trophies, he had big moments, but there's a one individual award that every striker wants, which is to score the most goals in the league. And if honest, I think I'm being a bit modest here. I feel like if you know football and know what Shearer was really like, I should be scooting on a bit more.
Best player.
Yes, as a player, that guy was absolutely phenomenal. I mean, it's got, like, people say, what if he went to Man United? He did this at a Newcastle team who didn't win anything, and he's managed to be so prolific with, by the way, countless like knee injuries and like long-term injuries that people will forget over time, losing his pace off it, and rounded his career off with a lovely penalty goal. I'm not sure if you remember that one.
Scored, you know what, I think sometimes people forget the archive of goals he's got as well. It's
Watch a highlight reel of him,
yeah,
and
he's
he's
amazing. Spurs.
I could have gone for Bale or Modric, but I believe their better times came at Real Madrid. The trophies, obviously, that they got there and not at us. But I've got to go for a similar argument, but Harry Kane. Like, the goal-to-game ratio that he had at our club was phenomenal. If he had gone to them, which before he started, he said that he would take Harry Kane over De Bruyne. So remember that argument. I just feel like he's one of the best strikers the Premier League has ever seen. Just some of the moments and the versatility, and he's doing it now at Bayern. The trophies will follow, and I actually think he's going to come back, not to us, but to one of these clubs here potentially, and beat that record as well, and he'll go down in history.
Okay. Liverpool, a couple of choices you could pick here.
Yeah, I could have picked El Hadji Diouf, that would have been a good one. Sean Dundee, Balotelli, all them. But no, I think a lot of people will say Gerrard, and as much as I love Gerrard and for everything he did for us at the time he did it, the players he was surrounded with, I think Mo Salah's got to be the best in the league. I think just what he's delivered, 5th highest goal scorer in the league, 10th highest assister in the league. He's won us the title twice. And he came in at a time where we were in a massive transition. We had Sadio Mane who just come in, but we still had the likes of Divock Origi up top and injury-prone Daniel Sturridge. He revolutionised our attack. In my opinion, and that can be up for debate, I think he's the best right winger in the Premier League history. And honestly, I just think he's someone who, in the annals of the whole history of the Premier League, he's not just like top 10. You could debate he's top 5, top 3, what have you. He's an incredible player, and I'm privileged to watch him.
Got the trophy cabinet as well now to really back it up. Chelsea, let's have a little conversation. Who have you gone for? Because again, a couple of different places.
Tough one, mate. He's probably not our greatest ever player. You could go with the Drogbas, the Terrys, the Lampards. I'm going with Eden Hazard in terms of best player. Like, this is a winger that, you know, he comes onto the pitch, it's a canvas to him. He's just painting the picture he wants. Like, he picks up the ball in his own half. You think, oh, we might score here. That's the kind of player we're talking about. You know, we gave him a striker to work with who was good enough for 3 years with Costa. He gets 2 leagues out of it. And it just the level of what he was doing is unprecedented to the point that you don't know if you'll even see another Eden Hazard here. Like, it's another matter. And even some of the players listed who are brilliant players, while they were here, everyone still thought Hazard was the best. So,
He's a different kind of player, wasn't he? I very much miss Eden Hazard. Arsenal, then, I assume it's a guy that wears number 14.
It is indeed. Eddie Nketiah. No, Thierry Henry.
The joke's been done as well 4 or 5 different times now. It's brilliant.
It's great every time. Thierry Henry. It's Thierry Henry. If we did everyone's Mount Rushmore, he's probably the only player that would make every single one. Everything that he did with Arsenal, he's Thierry Henry. So. Do
you think there's sometimes with Thierry Henry anything also attributed him from his time away from Arsenal as well? So he went to go play for an amazing Barcelona team. Do you think that ever comes into it at all? Again, I'm just trying to be devil's advocate here.
No, it does. Obviously, he won the Champions League with Barcelona, which he never did with us, which was a shame. I felt he was robbed of a Ballon d'Or at Arsenal, but I think the best of Henry, if you think about Henry, you don't really think about him in that Barca team because he wasn't the main guy, whereas at Arsenal, it's iconic.
Yeah, very true. Instead, it's New York Red Bulls. Manchester United. Who have you gone for? Again, especially with a lot of these top five, several of these teams, lots of players you pick from.
Yeah, there was a lot of honourable mentions like Rooney and Scholes, but I feel like you have to go with Ronaldo. I think 2008 Ronaldo, I think you could say is the best ever Premier League season and player there had been in that year. He obviously won the Ballon d'Or, Champions League, Premier League. And of course, yes, like most of his Ballon d'Ors came while he was at Real Madrid. But that single season and those last 2 seasons he had at United was ridiculous. You can say, as a player, probably the best ever player to be in the Premier League. You know, second for most Ballon d'Ors won. And then he even came back to United a few years ago, about 37, in this crap side under Rangnick that finished 8th, where everyone hated each other, and he scored 20 goals. And that got followed up with Weghorst scoring 2 goals and Højlund scoring 4 goals. It's not an easy team to score 20 goals in Man United anymore. There was no service, and I remember I think he got hat-trick versus Spurs, hat-trick versus Norwich. It was a one-man team at that time, so I think even just coming back to this crap and still getting 20 goals just said at 37, there's a player there.
Okay, that's fair enough. Let's quickly grab as well the shouts down here. Have we quickly picked a Brighton player?
Yep, Gross.
Pascal Gross. Okay, I think that's a really good idea. Burnley.
Obviously, I think it's a bit different. Like, we were the most bland team ever when we were probably at our best in the Premier League, like getting Europe and stuff, but Chris Wood in that time never failed to score over 10 goals for her. He went 5 seasons in a row scoring over 10 goals. Or you could have James Tarkowski, I think one of the most underrated Premier League centre-backs, or way back Robbie Blake before I was really watching. But I think Chris Wood, he gets overlooked as being this clunky donkey, which he is. I kind of hated him low-key. But to score over 10 plus goals 5 consecutive seasons in Sean Dyche's Burnley, who spent 500k after they got Europa League, I think that says just how good of a goal scorer he is. So yeah, for me, I think, he's better than people who they'd have no longevity there when you're looking at Bournemouth and Brentford players.
Okay, Brentford.
I could go for Ivan Toney, but I'm going to go with Bournemouth. I think 20 goals this season, great. He's been decent the last couple of seasons we've been in the Prem, but yeah, I think, well, there's not much to say because we haven't been in the Prem for that long, but good player, probably bottom 3, but probably better than Bournemouth, to be honest.
Okay, and then Bournemouth. Who are we going with?
I think, unlike your sort of Crystal Palaces, we've never really had like one star player. It's always been like an ensemble of good players that have excelled under Eddie Howe and Andoni Iraola. I could have gone with Nathan Ake, who I think was better than like Howson or Zabani have been so far. But I'm going to go with Dominic Solanke. He scored 19 goals in a Premier League season for Bournemouth. Like, that's mental. We've always been a League 1, League 2 team. And it weren't just his goals. Like, in the season before that, he scored, I think, 7, and he was still our best player because his hold-up plays, his link-up plays, pressing ability, to partner that with 19 goals. I think Sonny will tell you at Spurs, he's been the same. Just unbelievable player.
Okay. All right then. So we've heard everyone's players. Let's start from the top and go with number 1. Do we think Thierry Henry is the best player we have ever seen in the Premier League?
I'm only 23.
That's mental. That is mental. We've never watched him. Okay, so Thierry Henry, do you think he's the best player of all time in the Premier League? Put your hands up. 1, 2. Lewis, is yours up?
I really don't know. Fuck it, yeah.
Okay, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Number 1, do we think Cristiano Ronaldo is the second best in the Premier League? So put your hands up if you think Cristiano Ronaldo is better in the Premier League, has a better Premier League era than Mohamed Salah. Yes.
There is United players that do, though.
Just in the Premier League. Yeah, so specific, I guess, like Ronaldo's 2008 Ballon d'Or season. Okay, so put your hands up.
The longevity was because Ronaldo.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So Salah over Ronaldo.
Ronaldo got more Premier Leagues.
So Salah over Ronaldo, that's what the majority have said. Would anyone say that... Would anyone be putting Eden Hazard above Salah?
Guys, when Salah was in the Chelsea team, couldn't get in the team, but behind Schürrle and Willian.
Salah or Hazard, Premier League era? Hands up for Salah.
I'm going to go.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I was terrified.
So,
Lads, see Salah go, I will double up on him when I get him.
Okay. Salah is going into second.
Respect to Salah.
Salah.
You can,
This is disgraceful.
It might be disgraceful. I'm not going to. The thing is, with Hazard.
Jenny, put your hands up. Who's forward for Ronaldo to go below Salah?
I think Ronaldo's third. I think Salah's second.
Premier League. There's only two people on the Premier League, so the vote must be a bit.
We'll do a recount.
With Hazard, Hazard's a class player. Like, don't get me wrong, when we played Hazard, I was terrified. But my only argument to it would be, when Hazard had his off seasons, like in Mourinho's one in the second stint where they just finished 10th, he was awful. There's no bad season from Salah where he's dipped below top quality standard. Even in his off season where we won the first league, he still scored 19 goals and finished as one of the top scorers. But he's still up there though.
I would say like 2021 when Liverpool really kind of collapsed a lot of time. Alisson actually saved them in the end. The numbers are still there, and that's what's undeniable with Salah. You can't deny numbers. Yeah. That's why they're amazing to argue with. Hazard had a bad end with there, a lot of injuries. But by the end, he actually ended up deciding the league for Leicester. He goes to Anfield, scores another goal of the season. Like the quality of what this guy could do was stuff that most players could only dream of scoring goals like that Hazard could. And he was doing this in finals repeatedly that Salah's never really been able to do. He hasn't delivered in that regard, whereas Hazard was a constant for that Chelsea side.
We'll do one more vote for Salah Hazard. Hand up if you are, this time, Hazard over Salah.
He turned Danny Drinkwater into wine. We were winning Europa Leagues with Danny Drinkwater. Like, stick Mane and everyone around him. You might have seen different results.
Then we've got to move on to Cristiano Ronaldo versus Eden Hazard. If you're Ronaldo over Hazard, put your hand up.
Yeah. Yeah, he is.
Okay, so it's...
Like when it was just Ronaldo or Salah.
We have done that,
Yeah, we did.
Salah won. And we'll do it once more just to confirm. Just to confirm, Salah over Ronaldo, put your hand up. If you had it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, it's still there. It's still there. It's 11. So there we go. The top 4 has been at least somewhat voted for. Thierry Henry.
Wait, hang on. Wait. But you...
Ronaldo is going into third.
Yeah, that's fine.
Absolutely. Can we ask for Eden Hazard? Eden Hazard over Alan Shearer. Hands up for Eden Hazard.
Oh my God.
I didn't watch Shearer.
I think Harry Kane over Shearer.
It's Alan Shearer. Come on, he's a top goal scorer in Premier League.
Okay, quick. So we're saying Shearer over Hazard then, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, quickly. Harry Kane over Shearer.
You're absolute fools if you do
Okay.
As a footballer, yes. As a footballer, yes.
We're getting there. We're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere.
As a footballer, yes.
So when Hazard was in the league and he was the best player in the league, everyone actually thought, no, Kane, Salah, all these players were better. No one thought that.
So what we said, so Shearer's coming into fourth.
That's where Shearer goes.
Yeah,
the wrong people are here.
Eden Hazard over
Oh my God.
Harry Kane.
Yes, please, yes. We have to stop this madness.
This is...
Okay, that's done. That's done. Fine. Well, now Kevin De Bruyne comes into conversation. Let's all just slightly move so we get a little bit more space up. Let's just move slightly right. Let's say Kevin De Bruyne over Thierry Henry. Kevin De Bruyne over Salah.
Yes.
Hand up.
But then that means Ronaldo's going fourth somehow. Yeah, which is really making me feel uncomfortable now. I feel like these should actually, Kevin De Bruyne and Salah should actually swap. These shouldn't be shuffled.
We've actually got 10 people voting for this one. I'm going to put, okay, and what do we think? Kevin De Bruyne over Cristiano Ronaldo in the Premier League.
It's Salah. It's not.
Salah does not belong.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
You've
9.
got KDB above Ronaldo.
Oh my God. Doesn't quite make sense because of how things are working out. I think we're going to have to stick. If we stuck Kevin De Bruyne into second, Is that crazy?
Yes.
I don't think it's crazy.
Okay.
I don't think it's
Okay.
crazy.
We're going to put Kevin De Bruyne into second.
I put Ronaldo 4. What are we doing? This,
Why is Ronaldo dropping down?
This would never be a Mount Rushmore. No one's voting that for a Mount Rushmore.
This
is so telling of the time that we're
Okay,
in.
Dimitri Payet over Harry Kane.
If anyone puts her around,
Okay, now we're going to start to get somewhere. Dimitri Payet over Leighton Baines. Yeah, so if you want Baines, if you want Payet, put your hand up.
Payet over who, sorry? Payet over Baines.
Okay, you're there. Leighton Baines over Ruben Neves. Put your hand up for Baines. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, Baines, you're there. Ruben Neves, put your hand up over Wilfried Zaha. Okay.
I'd put Zaha above Baines. I'd put Zaha above Baines.
Neves over Zaha.
Sorry, I wasn't really listening.
Okay.
Yes, we finally agree.
We're swapping over Ruben Neves and Zaha.
Absolutely.
Do we want Zaha over Baines? Put your hand up if you think Zaha over Baines.
No, come on, longevity, man.
No, Zaha was wicked. Zaha was wicked.
Yep. But Zaha's going up 1, Baines dropping down.
Lewis, you just said longevity, but you didn't say. You said
Zaha over Payet.
There's common sense.
What's this?
Who's this?
Zaha over Payet.
Who's this?
No.
Zaha over Payet.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Nah, at their best, Payet was just different.
Slap bang in the middle. Sorry, see you there. Okay, Ruben Neves is better than Christian Benteke.
This is weird.
No, he was good.
I think you should have went for Grealish, really. Prime Grealish.
It's slap bang in the middle, so I'm going to leave it there. Moussa Dembele at Fulham was better than Benteke at Villa. Put your hand up if you think for Moussa Dembele. And you don't support Spurs.
Benteke was a monster.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Come on. Dembele just has good press. Like in the media, not actual press.
There. Dan Collymore at Nottingham Forest against, of course, Fulham's Dembele. I think you're 13th at the moment. Dan Collymore at Forest versus Mark Viduka at Leeds. Put your hand up for...
Viduka.
Are you mad? Mark Viduka's a hell of a player, genuinely.
Get him. Viduka's climbing up a few for me.
Okay, let's swap over Mark Viduka and Stan Collymore. Do we think Mark Viduka should be higher than Moussa Dembele at Fulham? Go over.
Thank you, man.
Do we think Mark Viduka should be higher than Christian Benteke at Villa? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Swap over. Mark Viduka at Leeds over Ruben Neves. Mark Viduka over Neves. Swap over.
This is great.
You're still
I'm getting a nose. I'm getting a nose.
Mark Viduka over Leighton Baines.
Let's have some respect for Leighton Baines.
I agree, Leighton Baines.
Yeah, that's fine. We're sticking there. We're sticking there. We're going over to Jermaine Defoe at Sunderland over Stan Collymore. So Jermaine Defoe, put your hands up if you're for him.
It's Sunderland.
He's washed at
No, but he wasn't washed. He came back from the MLS and he scored 15 plus goals 2 seasons in a row.
11 votes by
Exactly,
1.
and he scored loads of goals and he kept us up single-handedly twice.
barely broke 10.
Yeah, it's Sunderland Defoe.
By the way, we're talking about Defoe at Sunderland. Is everyone tuned in on this? Defoe at Sunderland, a relegation team.
So hand up for Defoe.
No, sorry. No,
he looks good because your team was so unbelievably shit.
Exactly. You're talking about relegation teams. Jermaine Defoe, would we have stayed up them seasons if we didn't have Jermaine Defoe? No, we would have got record low point tallies because that's how bad we were. So you can't say...
Your argument for Defoe being above Collymore is because, look, we didn't get relegated. Looks like you said that bad.
No, my argument is that you're basing it off the entire team as a whole. I'm talking the player.
I feel...
You've got your mad tinted glasses on, mate. I'm sorry, but you do.
I'll
let you have Shearer up there.
You're looking at the whole career of Defoe and you're being blinded by that. Defoe at Sunderland, he was surprisingly good and therefore we're giving him a little bit of an extra bonus. But let's not get silly now.
As I said, he's come back from MLS. He should have looked absolutely ancient. He was banging them in.
You're rating him highly because you thought he was going to be shit, but he was all right.
Okay.
We were getting him in a spot for Josie out the door. If he'd scored one, I would have seen it as a
Altidor's a better pick over Defoe.
So hand up for Defoe, again, over Stan Collymore at Forest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay.
being stitched up here, like.
We've got Pascal Gross at Brighton, came from the Bundesliga, became a legend there. We're going for Pascal Gross at Brighton over Jermaine Defoe at Sunderland. Hands up for Pascal Gross over Jermaine Defoe.
He probably scored more goals.
That's a
He
good
did.
shout, actually.
He actually
I tell you
scored more
what,
goals.
I think if Neves is that high, then maybe Gross has a bit of a shout.
We're there. It's.
I don't know.
It's the fans have voted. The majority has been voted,
I'm
unfortunately.
quite happy holding my position, to be honest.
Chris Wood's Burnley over Pascal Gross. Hands up for Chris Wood.
Yes,
He
Lewis,
should be
get
above
in,
the four for
son.
longevity.
Okay.
Exactly. 5 goals of scoring double digits for Sean Dyche's Burnley.
We're staying there. We're staying there. We're staying there. This time, Brian and Bournemouth at Brentford over Chris Wood at Burnley.
Should have picked Tony though.
Longevity. Longevity.
You have to stop over, unfortunately.
Longevity.
Okay.
Has it moved down to 19th of Wood?
Longevity.
Dominic Solanke at Bournemouth over Chris Wood at Burnley. Hand up for Solanke.
Actually, I don't even like Solanke. I don't know. No, I don't really.
Hey. There we have it. Please stand behind your numbers, guys. That is your ranking for the best Premier League player of all time.
So there we have it. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Let me know where you think your team should be and where you'd have the changes down in the comments below. Subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys very, very soon.